Today we're going to be giving you guys a great workout that you can do 2 to 3 times a week with the exact sets and reps to follow to make you a better route runner. So fellas, this first drill does not require any equipment. You just need a space of about 20 to 30 yards, and this is going to be called our every 3-step trigger step drill. So you're going to be doing 5 reps of this specific drill. Now what a trigger step is something that you guys use to snap down into a break like a curl, a comeback, a dig, or a 5-yard hitch. So let's say, for example, I'm running a curl, quarterback is to my right, I'm bursting up, and let's say the break is like 12 back to 10 or my 4th outside step. The first step that drops your hips into the break would be considered your trigger step. So you're bursting up, and when you hit that 4th outside, you have to snap down. You're trying to bring your chin to your knee as violently as possible. You're trying to change your center of gravity and drop. Now, a lot of guys struggle with that trigger step. What they'll do before the step is that they'll either slow down, chop their feet, then break. So this drill gets you comfortable using your hips dropping to be the thing that slows you down on your route, because we have to sell vertical, have to make that DB think that we're running past him. We have to change direction on a dime to get separation. So that's what this drill works on, getting comfortable using my hips to slow me down. So all you're gonna do is start out as starting point cone. Every 3 steps you're gonna be doing a trigger step, and you're doing 4 reps of this, and we'll show this full speed, of course, in a second. So set, go, come off the ball. It's 1, 2, snap down, then 1, 2, snap down again, then you repeat the process 2 more times. And it'll make more sense once we show it full speed. This is a great drill to work on wide receivers dropping into their breaks violently on that trigger step to get them in and out of their routes faster and get more separation from a DB. Now fellas, before we get into the rest of this video, if you're a wide receiver watching this or a quarterback and you would like to train with myself and my staff of coaches this offseason, we're traveling out to 15 different cities across the entire US for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camps. So guys, if you'd like to sign up, go to that very first link in the description below. That's where you can get all the information. Our next camp is going to be in San Francisco, California. That camp is completely sold out, but then we'll be coming out to Orlando, Florida. We only have about 8 spots left remaining in that camp. Then we're coming out to Phoenix, Arizona, Columbia, South Carolina, Seattle, Washington, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Nashville, Tennessee, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Denver, Colorado, Columbus, Ohio, Boston, Massachusetts, Salt Lake City, Utah, and finishing it off in Los Angeles, California. So guys, if you'd like to sign up to work with myself, my staff, 2 full days, go to that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have you there. Like I said, our San Francisco camp is sold out. We do have a wait list for that camp, but the reason why our camps sell out is because we limit spots so we can work with each athlete individually. That's what kind of separates our camps from other camps. We're not sitting there with 300 different people there and just go, go, go as fast as we can. We take the time to work with each athlete on an individual level. So guys, if you'd like to sign up, again, very first link in that description below, we'd love to have you there. Now fellas, this next drill is also going to work on that trigger step to help you guys drop into a 45-degree cut like a curl or a comeback, but it's also going to help you guys with a 45-degree cut like a post, a slant, or a corner where you have to cut off of 1 foot. So I call this our stick trigger step drill. You're going to be working this 4 sets on each side. So 4 sets where you start with the right foot up, and then 4 sets where you start with the left foot up and go the opposite direction. And obviously we'll show this thing full speed in a second after we walk through it. So you're going to start out here. You need 4 cones for this. Start point cone, cut 1, cut 2, cut 3. On the 3rd cut, that is when you guys are going to be dropping your hips and snapping down, trying to come out of that cone break. If you have a quarterback working this with you, have him stand about 10 yards off to the right of the last cone and have him throw you a ball off the very end, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So we're coming out here, set, go. It's just 3 steps, you guys. So it's 1, 2, on the 3rd step, you're making that cut, push off of this, 1, 2, 3, push off of this again, and then we are going to snap down at the last cone. So we push off of this, 1, 2, 3rd step is that trigger step that we were working on before. Get my hips around and accelerate straight through here. If you have a quarterback, like I said, have him give you a ball off of that last break. So it works on a stick cut on like a post or a corner, and it also works on that hip drop cut on a curl or a comeback. Now this next drill, fellas, is going to be for your press releases, and the release we're going to be working is a split release. I love a split release because it's great to use versus really any type of press coverage that you'll see when the DB is right up in front of your face in like tried and true like press coverage where he's right up on the line. So a split release I like personally when the DB is head up, but you could use it when he's inside leverage and you can use it when he's outside leverage. Now this is going to be our split, reset, split, restack drill, and you're going to be working this 5 times times with your left foot up where you release to the right, and then 5 times with your right foot up where you release to the left. So a split release in simple terms, you're essentially just splitting your feet and coming to balance. Some receiver coaches call this a come to balance release, but the reason why we do this is because you can react off of whatever way the DB decides to jump or if he stays, and I'll explain what I mean in a second. So let's say I'm lined up here. Let's say the orange cone is representing the DB. He's lined up directly in front of me. He could either stay, shade to the inside, or shade to the outside. So when I do my split release, essentially your front foot goes out, your back foot goes straight up, and both feet hit the ground at the exact same time. There needs to be some twitch to that, and this drill works on that twitch, and I'll explain it in a second. But when we split and we're here, if that DB sits, I could release either way, depending on the route. If I'm running an inside breaking route, I can release to the inside. If I'm running an outside breaking route, I can release to the outside. Now, if I split, let's say I'm running a post, I split and he jumps inside, cool. I can just push off this inside foot and go. Let's say I'm running a 10-yard out, I split and he jumps outside, I could push off the outside foot and go. That's why the split release is great, because you have a two-way option every single time because your feet are in a balanced position. So this drill, you're going to split, then get right back to your stance, split again, and then get outside of these cones, hug these cones to work on restacking the defender, which essentially means getting over the top of him and him having trailing your back hip, or him running behind you, I should say. So how this drill is going to go, and we'll show it full speed in a second. Set go, you need a partner to give you a set go call. If you don't have a partner, it's totally fine. Just do this at your own pace, but just make sure you pause between the 2 reps. So set go, split, reset to your stance. Set go again, split, both feet hit, you're gonna dip this shoulder, hip stays tight to these cones, and you're gonna get all the way around the top of this cone to work on getting skinny so I can restack the defender. Because if I have to run a post and I restack the defender and he's behind me, I could use a move like a rocker step, which we'll talk about later in this video. I could maybe give like a little peek back, cut to the out, and that's what's gonna help you get more separation. So we're gonna show this drill full speed. Great drill to work on the twitch of the split release by having to split and then reset to your stance, and then getting skinny after the release. So now this next drill, fellas, is gonna work on something called a rocker step. This also could help you guys if you're doing a press release called a crossover, where you go a 1-2 off the line of scrimmage. But I would generally think of this more as like a rocker step, which is a move that you use at the top of the route. So you can use a rocker step on posts, corners, out routes, like deeper out routes, like 8 to 10 yards, and then in routes. And again, deeper in routes, like 8 to 10 yards, or a dig route, if that's your guys' terminology. So a rocker step is essentially you step in the direction you're trying to go first. So let's say I'm lined up right here, my left foot's up, quarterback's to my left, and I have to run a post. On a normal post, I would run up and I would break off of my outside foot and then cut to the post. On a rocker step, I'm trying to make the defender think that I am running a corner without actually having to run a corner post. So instead of just breaking on my outside foot, I would go 1-2 and fake in this direction. Now the key on that move is the first step of the move needs to be a sudden cut. You need to shoot that foot into the grass. It needs to stay inside of your shoulder frame, underneath your shoulders, and what you want to do is off the inside arch of your foot, you want to push so you can throw your hip into the outside cut, because a DB in man coverage, whether you have him stacked or whether he's in off man coverage, is going to be looking at your hips. So you have to be able to sell this move with your hips. So the first step allows you to do that. You don't want a really big first step, because then you can't push and we don't sell the move, and then I'm too wide, so I'm going to be slow out of the break. So this drill works on having an explosive first step. So this is called our kneeling rocker step drill. You're gonna start out, you're gonna do 6 reps with your left foot up, 6 reps with your right foot up. You're gonna start with your foot maybe about a yard away from this cone. All you're going to do is you're going to take a subtle step to the cone. Very small step, very quick, very explosive, but it's going to be here, push off, throw the rocker step, try to step at a 45 degree. If you want to work like a rocker step on a dig, you would step a little bit more lateral because you have to get out at a 90 degree. If it's a post or a corner, 45 degree, so I could get out on that 45 degree angle on the post or the corner. So all we're doing, set, go. It's going to be pop, pop, burst off and run. If you have a quarterback, put him to your left, give you a ball on like a slant or a post. If he's on the right or you're switching your sides, have him way on the right and give you a ball on like a slant or a post angle. So we're going to show you how this should look full speed. Remember, 6 reps with the left foot up, then 6 reps with the right foot up.